By default, Awingu runs 100% in the browser and is never in touch with the local endpoint client. Furthermore, administrators can choose to enable or disable up or downloads from the local device to the Awingu environment, and vice versa. Now, we've extended our context awareness capabilities to not only restrict access to known networks, but to also check if the device that is logging in is coming from a predefined set of geolocations and IP addresses. But with the out-of-the-box integration with OPSWAT MetaAccess, we're taking context awareness more than one step further. By combining Awingu and MetaAccess, you're enabling a work-from-anywhere solution that guarantees endpoint compliance before logging into the workspace. And because it has a built-in integration with your external identity provider, you're secured twofold. Firstly, on the basis of authentication, so is it the right person logging in? And secondly, on the status of the device. Is the device, the posture of the device, in line with the minimum security requirements? Now, what does this mean in practice? An administrator can define a set of characteristics that the device must adhere to. For example, restriction based on operating system. Check if the antivirus and malware solutions are up and running and are up to date. Is the firewall on, yes or no, etc. This means that checking the device becomes a standard part of the login procedure. And if your device doesn't adhere to those characteristics that your administrator has set up, then you're not getting in. Now, let's take a look at what this looks like from an architectural point of view. When accessing our unified workspace on the endpoint client device, two checks happen. Firstly, your external IDP will verify your credentials. And when you're authenticated, the IDP will request the MetaAccess client to check your device status. When the endpoint compliance is assured, you're logged into Awingu from where you get access to the corporate network. If one of these steps falters, you're denied access, of course. Now, let's see Awingu and MetaAccess in action. Here, we see the MetaAccess Policy Manager. You can define the device parameters that allow or deny access to your environment. For example, here we see that the administrator of this MetaAccess instance has ensured that an active and up-to-date antivirus scanner is a policy. When a user that does not have an active antivirus solution running, for example in this case they have turned off their Windows Defender, when that device tries to access the Awingu workspace, in this case via Azure MFA, they are denied access. And as it states, the access is blocked because none of their anti-malware products are configured correctly. The user notices this and switches on their Windows Defender. And when they try to log in now, it happens successfully. The external IDP confirmed their credentials, after which MetaAccess confirmed the endpoint compliance. Now, the user can work in Awingu as normal, for example by accessing their remote desktop. In their audit logs, administrators now see those two attempted logins. One was successful and one wasn't. Find out more about Awingu and OPSWAT via awingu.com/OPSWAT.